Well, good morning from Hawaii, everybody, and welcome to today's edition of Beyond the Ordinary Show. And today we're speaking with just the beautiful Fiona Paul, and you might be welled up a little bit, feeling what I mean by that beauty. There's just an essence and an energy that emanates from her as she connects and embodies and translates really frequencies and messages, beautiful message from angels and guides in ways that you can't help but to feel like you're wrapped up in the love that is emanating through Fiona specifically for you, even on a group call like this. So today we're going to talk about the irreplaceable you. We're going to get into the high vibrational presence of divine beings that connect through Fiona. And get into feeling and embodying the pure loving frequency of your true self as stimulated by these beings reminding you what is available through your true self. And there's so much more. We're going to open up to live Q&A, and it's just going to be a beautiful call today. So with that, Fiona, welcome to today's call on BTO.
Beautiful. Thank you, John.
Hmm.
It's, oh, did you want to say something?
I wanted to ask you if you can share with the audience your journey of how you've been connecting with these divine beings and how that translates when you show up in containers like this or in one-on-one sessions.
Well, that's what was just about to happen is
Mhm.
I can't contain it. And I do, if I'm allowed to express it,
Mm.
it kind of releases some of the pressure.
Please, yes.
And yeah, and it's to thank you and honor you for this fantastic, beautiful platform
Mm.
and being the master, the beautiful, beautiful soul that you are. And when I was talking with the angelic realm today, we were in an agreement in a discussion that this platform wouldn't be the platform that it is if it wasn't for your energy.
Mm.
People, and they were showing me this analogy of these beautiful butterflies, all of these beautiful different sizes and everyone's got their own uniqueness, and all these butterflies are attracted to this light, to this particular energy. And that's how this platform is being shown to me via the angelic realm,
Mm.
how they see this for you, and for you to, they're honoring and wishing for you to, oh gosh, really soak in the absolute magnitude of who you are.
Mm.
So there's like all of these beautiful butterflies, which is all of us and the audience. And, you know, when we come along and I'm watching the various different people on your platform, and you're this, what they're telling me now is admiral butterfly,
Mm.
and allowing yourself to be in the totality of you, and the emanation that comes off you is so strong, and that's what everybody feels, and that's why everyone is so attracted to watch your calls and watch you and be in your energy.
Mm. Thank
So
you, Fiona. I want to ask because it's I know it must come up for y'all as well. It's I can only imagine. But we can receive those messages and it feels fine and it's wonderful to be recognized in it. And there's an amplification in being seen. But then there's those times where you just feel contracted and you're like, yeah, and it's wonderful to have all these reflections and how does that reflect in my daily life? Because I feel like I'm not that luminosity at this moment. And how do we bring more, not just compassion, but more awareness so that we can live in that embodied state rather than allowing the flow of a denser awareness to take hold.
well, this practice at the angelic realm showed me of coming into your technology.
Mm.
When you actually know the true frequency of yourself, And I know from experience that I was right down here a few years ago. And then suddenly I started to realize from doing this practice that, oh my God, I have this, when I connect here and I know it's my unique frequency, what I started to do was actually couple that unique frequency with the word emanate. It makes me laugh, sorry, because it tickles. When I say the word emanate, it goes on command. It's like, yes, sir, emanate. And if we're all here having this human experience to feel all of these different emotions and to feel the emotions that we really want to be in. And if I am having a moment, I'm like, oh, I don't like that. I will say stop. And I'll actually get hold of the energy and I'll literally get hold of it and I'll go, stop, stop. It makes me giggle, and I'm apologising for giggling. But then I say emanate. Just thinking emanate makes me giggle. I say emanate. And I'm instantly, I'm doing it now, you see. I tell you what, it just instantly puts your frequency up. And the people in the online gathering that I do, I've started to say to them, emanate, couple up with a word, a trigger word, if you want to call it that takes you to what you want rather than being triggered by the things that you don't want. The more you understand, and comes from my whole being, the more you understand yourself, feel your body. They say feeling is believing, and it's so spot on because it is. Feeling is believing. When you so feel yourself, you know yourself, all these other things start to come online, and you can get hold of your energy and stop it. Emanate. And it's like boom, boom. You can put in these practices. A lot of my clients will set their phone for every half an hour. What am I feeling? It's so important for you to check in with yourself. If you're not feeling it, go into what you do want to feel. Focus on what you do want. When the angelic realm are flooding through me, like when I messaged you about a week ago, and it seems so ridiculous now that I was messaging you to apologize for interrupting you because I knew that there was these really strong love emanations going to you because it was ramping up and it was ramping up the closer and closer. I'm sure you have other speakers who say when they've said yes to this and the closer it gets, the more everything gets excited and they were really ramping up and I'm going, oh God, it's John again. Oh no, I'm going to be interrupted. I know he can feel it. So I messaged you to apologize for interrupting you. Everything starts to come online, and because I know absolutely in every cell of my being, in my very core, how I was and how I am, how I can orchestrate my daily life, how I can choose for it to be. And it's not always love and light, I'm going through things and whatever. I'm sorry, they've got the giggles as well. I think it's going to be a giggly call.
We'll just be in emanates all day today.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've become a bit like, Detective Cluedo, and he's like, and I'm going, right, where is it? I'm going to find it. Emanate! Ta-da!
When you shared that word emanate and when you talk about choosing to be and choosing a particular word, It reminds me of walking through a garden, a beautiful botanical garden. And and when we do that, we consciously, without effort, we go to the blossoming flowers. We go to the ones that call to us, not to the weeds. Even though there's weeds in the garden and they'll need to be pulled from time to time and they'll grow again, but we're constantly drawn to the flowers. And if we just remember to do that with our thoughts, with our emotions, with those words that blossom something rather than
Yeah,
seem to atrophy what we really want,
yeah.
we really become so much more aware of the empowerment that comes through beauty and love and just the essence of who we be.
Totally. And I've done a lot of communicating with the plants and the flowers and the trees.
Mhm.
And when I started, I was an animal behaviorist for 16 years, and that also took me then into the fairy realm and into the plant kingdom, and it's truly magical. And there's a place that we both love called Glastonbury here in
Mhm.
England. And I was there, and there's this area called the Chalice Well, and there's a Chalice Well Gardens, and you've probably been there.
Oh yeah.
And it's phenomenal energy, and it's quite, well, it's very ancient, and there's this ancient wall, and there's this wild rose growing up this wall, and there's roses in front of it. And I was actually leaving the Chalice Well, and I could smell the perfume coming from these roses. And I went over and I was looking at them. I'm looking at them in a very sacred way. I look at flowers, I look at an insect exactly the same way as I would look at a dog.
Hmm.
There's absolutely no difference. There's the tiniest little beetle. I'll look at it and it's going about its business, and I'll get a piece of paper and then put it out the window because it's doing its life. Anyway, go back to the rose. And I'm looking at this rose, and I could start to taste the rose. And when something really, really resonates with my frequency, for some reason, I have to put it in my mouth. So if it's a crystal, I've got to put the crystal in my mouth. But with this particular rose, I was like, oh my God, I've got to put the rose in my mouth. And anyway, I asked the rose, would you mind if I had a petal? And indeed. So I pulled a petal out the back of it and ate this petal, and it was like the sweetest perfumed apple,
Hmm.
and like an apple that you've never ever tasted before in your life. Like it would be in heaven on earth. Well, it is like heaven on earth there. And what was happening was there was like an explosion inside of me where my cells are going, yeah, yeah, celebrating because I'm consuming the frequency of me.
Hmm.
And the whole all knowing that I got from that was that the flowers that you're attracted to, anything that you're attracted to, but in this case it was the rose, was saying it's because it's going cooey, cooey, cooey. This is you. I'm you. I'm you. And this is why so many people are attracted to the rose, because it blossoms and unfurls and all the beautiful petals. And this is what happens in here. When we allow ourselves to really feel the truth of exactly who we are, this unique frequency that no one else has, all of this then starts to unfurl.
Hmm.
And for myself, and I'm sure other people, I'm not going to be the only one in the world, it tickles and it makes me laugh.
What you're sharing, Fiona, is really relevant for me because I went through a period a few months ago, maybe a couple of months ago, time's weird, where I started to feel really contracted again. I mentioned that a little bit earlier. And I was just like, it's like, why am I not connecting in the way that I typically am? Why does my heart feel like it's not as wide open as I prefer myself to feel it? And it's just like contract, contract. And I go into practices and meditation. And then finally, after weeks of that, something just popped and an awareness came in. It's like, John, breathe in your own essence. breathe in you. It's like the time to reach out for something to fill you is no longer. You're at a different place now. And now where you are is to be in the cycle of yourself. And in that, you'll resonate with that, what you're calling in, but it's no longer out in, it's from in out. And from that,
Abs-
and guides are always there, but they're stepping back so that I can be in this place to have more of an awareness of this and really start getting into a place of mastery with it as well, which is, I believe, that we're all being called to in different ways.
Absolutely. Yeah. This is what the angelic realm, Yeshua, the animal kingdom have said, it's you, it's you.
Mm,
And again, this might be a bit controversial for some people.
I love it.
They've said, don't bring in light. You are. If you didn't have the light within you, you would not be in physical form. It's
Mm,
actually a total physical impossibility. You drew in your light, you decided to come and have this human experience, this incarnation. Your divine, beautiful, vast, magnificent self that I have felt being, oh my God, was so magnificent, was
mm,
so pure, was so powerful. And it is here, it's in here. There's a percent, the vast percentage of us is out here. There's other percent, this, how much do you want me to say? Because mine is changing quite a lot. So right in the beginning, we bring in, they're saying about 25% or less of our soul light. And this is when we connect to this technology, and that's what they call it, this technology here, our heart chakra, they call it a technology, and they want people to think of it as a technology because then they'll use it as a technology.
mm.
And it is your truth center. And what everyone has been saying for eons and eons, it is your truth center. It is your guiding light. Because when you connect to the true frequency of you, and part of the package, I'm doing a workshop and I'll take people through this process, you are allowing yourself to feel your light, the frequency of your light, not any light coming in, which could be coming from anywhere you think where that you know where it's coming from, but it could be tainted, it could be distorted, whatever. Your light, your soul, pure, untainted, and absolutely the truth of you. Sorry. And it's just making, when I focus on it, it makes me giggle.
Mhm.
The more and more you become so familiar with yourself, the more and more you will just be naturally emanating. And the angelic realm said to me, and I think I said it in the last call, and Yeshua and the Magdalenes and others have said that we are your friends, we are your colleagues. And at the moment, we are, like I'm saying to people, because I can clearly see and feel and wish to impart onto them the divine frequencies that I'm seeing and feeling and are flooding through me. And they're saying, we're doing that same thing for you. All of the angelic realm and the guides are doing that for you, John, etc. But in the not too distant future, they'll be like our mate that we go for a cup of coffee with.
Mm.
And you'll be sitting there having a chat and you might have a discussion about something, but you're not necessarily going to them asking for their opinion. You're just having a discussion about something that has happened
Mhm.
because they're your equals. And that's what Yeshua said to me 25 years ago now. You are exactly the same as me. Yeah, he is absolutely shoulder to shoulder. Well, he's a bit taller, actually.
Yeah.
I do not look up to anything, because I can feel who I am, and feeling is believing.
There is something extraordinarily profound and beautiful, though, when we tune in either workshops or sessions with you, which there's an opportunity for both y'all. We'll get into that in a little bit. That there's this emanation of guides that come through, whether it's Yeshua, the angelics, whether it's Mary or other ascended masters and beings that you connect with and channel for us. That there is this energetic overflow that brings so many people, including myself, to tears in the presence of what's being transmitted.
Mm-hmm.
And so we can say we walk shoulder to shoulder, but the potency of that is
So
just,
where do you think you get the tears, brought to tears?
I think it's a surrender into receiving more of myself that they're emanating.
And when you, speaking for myself, when I absolutely realised, oh, I can feel this. Oh, I went, oh, oh, this is me. This is, and I spent the majority of my life very, very far away from me. This is why it's such a eureka, hallelujah. When you're knowing the frequency of you, the more of that, say, like, focus on the angelic realm, the more of your angelic self can emanate from you. The more you allow your angelic self to emanate, the more the angelic realm will emanate through you. The more your body acclimatizes to this frequency. And when your totality, people say you are always becoming more, you'll never stop creating, but you'll never stop emanating, really, and expanding. You can be, because you are the same, we will become the same frequency. And I'm going to laugh again because it's the truth. And that's why they say you will sit with us, over a cup of your favorite mint tea, and we will just have beautiful discussions. And we will no longer be seeking things outside of us, but at the moment. And the reason, absolutely, you people are brought to tears is because it's the truth of who you are. And yeah.
Fiona, can we get into, I know that you were feeling something coming in, that like there's something like in the awareness of the consciousness that is here for so many people. I'd love it if we can have a transmission of perhaps what that intelligence or information that technology that wants to be shared. And then if we can move into Q&A with the audience, because I want people to experience the direct transmissions, and we all benefit and get enriched by those anyway. So would you be open to that if we went there?
Yes, I mean, it's emanating, obviously,
Beautiful.
through me. Did you want me to explain why I do what I do, or
That'd be
does
wonderful. Yeah.
the audience? Yes, okay. So 25 years ago, I was in a very, very low place, very disconnected from myself. But I was working in the corporate world, had a big mortgage, beautiful cars, beautiful salary. And every time I walked to the computer, I just need to change my view. Every time I walked to the computer, I started to get such pains in my stomach, like I was getting food poisoning. And I didn't know then that our phenomenal bodies are such this amazing technology, and is constantly giving us feedback. But I said to my husband, this job is killing me. I actually used those words, and he was like, oh, well, you can't stop. You've got a big mortgage and And I was in my bedroom and I was very sad, and I just didn't know where to go, what to do. And suddenly, for whatever reason, I guess because I'm meant to be here talking now, the energy in the room changed. And I'm sure there's people here on the call where the energy changes, and it becomes so calm and so silent, you can't even hear your breath or the oxygen. You are in a totally different elevation, a totally different frequency, but it felt so familiar. I wasn't concerned about it. It didn't even enter my head to be concerned. And then in front of me, this light started to appear, this column of light. And again, I wasn't bothered by it. It seemed really normal. And this being appeared in it, and the light disappeared. And he stood there, and he's in a white 3-piece suit. And I knew he was an angel, even though he didn't have wings. In all of my being, it wasn't a question. I just knew he was an angel. And I looked at him and I said, oh, hello, who are you? But it was all done telepathically. Now, I haven't had any religious upbringing. I didn't know about telepathic communication. Anyway, I said, oh, hello, who are you? And he said, oh, my name's Michael. And I went, oh. And I then said to myself, oh, he's just being friendly, doesn't want to scare me. I've got an uncle called Michael, but aren't angels called Gabriel or something? Michael, oh, he's just being friendly. So anyway, I didn't know that, obviously being telepathic, he could hear what I was thinking. I didn't realise that. Anyway, he goes, oh, come on, Fiona. We're going on a journey. And literally in a click of my fingers, we're outside the home that I was brought up in. And this was a very scary, unwelcoming place for me. And I was there till the age of 19. And we stood at the corner of the house, and I said, oh, no, he's not here. I said, no, I don't want to be here. No. And he said, don't worry, I'm your guardian. And I absolutely didn't know that there was an angel called Michael or anything like that. And I was thinking, well, where have you been? All these years, you're my guardian, and you're taking me back to the place. Anyway, we go around the corner. We go through this archway that goes down towards the vegetable patch. And then as I looked down there, my father, who had transitioned 6 months before, was walking up the garden path, and he was 74 when he transitioned. He was walking up the garden path, and he looked to be around mid-30s. And I go, oh, and I didn't know about chakras, but my throat felt like it had twisted. And Michael's this side, and he goes like this, nudges into me, obviously doesn't know his own strength. And he said, don't worry, he won't recognise you. And I stumbled because he nudged me so much. And as I was stumbling forward, my father shouted out and went, oh, are you all right? Are you all right? And came running up the path. And as he was coming up the path, he was holding the hand of this little blonde girl. And this little blonde girl was me. And I looked at me, the little version of me, and I knew she was 4 years old. And she looked back at me, and she knew absolutely who I was. She knew that I was from the future, her from the future. She smiled at Michael. There was other angelic beings around as well. As I looked at her, my consciousness went into her, and I'm looking back up at me, and I'm seeing all this beautiful, there was like this really beautiful light blue, swirling all these other purple, gorgeous colours. Everything was moving and malleable, and I looked over towards the house. I could see the house was moving. Nothing was static. And then I came back into me and looked at her, and we both had this most knowing look. And I knew that this had actually happened to me when I was 4, although I didn't, as an adult, have any memory of it. And I knew in that moment that what we were perceiving as time and as reality wasn't real, because everything was moving, everything was malleable. And I was here with my father as a 4-year-old, but, you know, this is 40 years later. And it was just such a realization. And my father took me into the kitchen and gave me a glass of water, etc. But what happened was, when I came back into my bedroom, when it all started to come back into this reality, Michael was no longer there in physical form, but he absolutely filled every inch of the room. I could feel him intensely. And he said, Fiona, and it was like a mind energetic going into my mind. And he said, Fiona, always come from your heart. It's so vivid, it's so real, and it was 25 years ago. And I knew in that moment that I had to change my job. Absolutely, if I've got to come from my heart. And I knew that I was going to change my job and become an animal behaviourist. But I didn't know how I was going to tell my husband. I didn't know what I was going to do about the mortgage and, you know, the golden handcuff type thing. And I didn't tell anybody about this experience because as a child, growing up, I was very much put down and very criticised. So I didn't want to tell anybody about this experience because I didn't think anyone would believe me, and they all thought I was weird anyway. So anyway, 3 weeks later, approximately 3 weeks later, I'm sat on the bed again, and I'm this time I'm absolutely sobbing because I was really feeling this energetic force that I needed to tell my husband, and I needed to change my job. And I was in such a quandary because I was so disconnected from myself. I had so much fear, and yet this beautiful being had come to me. Anyway, I'm sat on the edge of the bed and I was crying. And again, the energy went into this place that does feel like home. This whole shift. And this monk started to walk round the side of the bed in a brown habit, and he had his hood up, and he walked round and he knelt down in front of me and he started to stroke the air in front of me. And I now know that's called your aura. And it soothed me and I felt so much better. And he stood up, and I'm still sat on the bed, and he put his hood back, and I'm looking up at him and I'm going, thank you very much. It has soothed me. That's very kind of you. Thank you, thank you. And I knew he's thinking she doesn't know who I am. And I didn't. So anyway, he stepped over to my left. And as he stepped over to my left, the wall opened up into this beautiful vista of Greece. And I could feel the warmth. I could smell the warmth. There were little olive trees, and the little leaves of the olive tree were on the floor. Dust was blowing. There was little black olives. And I'm looking at him, I'm looking at this scene. And then I look over towards my right, and there's a row of men. And all of the men are looking directly at me, like they weren't even blinking. They're looking directly at me. And in that moment, I got the whole knowing. I've had no religious upbringing whatsoever, but I absolutely knew that they were the disciples. So in that absolute knowing, oh my God. And even though I'd had no religious upbringing, I instantly went to fall on my knees because I realised that this was Jesus. And before my knees could touch the floor, he got hold of my forearms and grabbed me and stopped me from falling on my knees and brought me back up. And we became eye to eye, and I'm not quite sure how because he was taller than me, but we became eye to eye, and he looked at me so intently and he said, Fiona, you are exactly the same as me. And I was just, and I sat back down on the bed, and as I sat back down on the bed, it all just started to dissolve and started to come back into this reality. And at that time, like I said, I was so disconnected from myself. My self-worth wasn't worth, you know, dog's poo on the bottom of your shoe. I was so in a discombobulation. I couldn't grasp anything. I couldn't, my self-worth was so low that I was actually trying to convince myself that these things didn't happen.
Mm.
And they're so clear, the energetics of it now, and the angelic realm love the word ridiculous. It's so ridiculous that, and unfortunate really, that we get ourselves in such a low place. But being there and over the, Michael has always stayed with me, even though if I didn't necessarily all the time know he was there. And then, how many? 3 years ago, 2.5, 3 years ago, I did not tell anybody about Jesus. Anyone. Not my husband. Nobody. I'd had no religious upbringing, and there was such a deep fear of rejection, I think, from society.
Mm-hmm.
That I couldn't. It's actually making me feel a bit emotional when I feel into that version of myself. But when I eventually, 2.5, 3 years ago, allowed him to come through and channel through me, I was instantly shown how he had tried many times, and I was pushing him down, pushing him away. It was so strong, was so powerful. I didn't even know that I was doing that. And then when I eventually allowed him to speak through me, I was in tears. I was sobbing. It was in a group, and he's here. He's always here now, congratulating me. And my father came to me shortly after this, and I had a very turbulent relationship with my father, and I desperately wanted him to love me. Desperately wanted him to love me. And when he transitioned, I thought, I've lost all chance of him now ever loving me. He came around the same time, and he appeared, and he was in this most beautiful, beautiful golden light. And he was just looking at me with the most immense love, and he just said one word, and it was congratulations.
Mm.
And I congratulate myself as many times a day as I can when I see how far I've come. And I'm one of those people that, years gone by, I wrote suicide notes, etc., trying to find a way out of the turmoil that I was in. And I congratulate myself. And to be on this show is I'm congratulating myself. And in that congratulations, that emanation that goes out to
It
all.
expands. And people have definitely received it. Again, last time you were on, there was like over 200 sessions that were booked with you. And when we got on the call earlier, and you shared that the guides were telling you, the angelics, the disciples, Yeshua, that this was a refinement, that this was a practice into an evolution of something that's coming through you for you to share with others, which is makes so much sense to me, and it's so beautiful as well. So I want to tell you congratulations as well, um, for what you're doing, which is amazing. And yes, Angela, we're going to get into Q&A here in just a second. But then everything just opened up for you. You were connecting on a continuous basis with that realm. It's like the door open and it hasn't shut.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the reasons, so I'm seamlessly connecting with the angelic realm, and I'm always qualifying. And sometimes they'll say things, and I'll tell them, no, I'm not going to say that. I'm not repeating that. I'm still my sovereign being. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
happen that often, and they're absolutely fine about it, of course. But I was asking them, how much do you want me to say about my lack of worth? And they said, you speak from your truth, and you speak from the bottom of your bucket on how low you were, because so many people have been the same or even there now. And
Mm.
the reason you're here is to show that you're human, you're normal, you're the same as everybody else. And you're here to show them the magnificent possibilities, potentials of the truth of who you are. Every single one of you have the power, have the light. You already have it. You already have it.
It's so beautiful. Yeah, it's I think we should get into some Q&A with the audience. I want them to experience before we get into the special offer. And I just want to add that it's not only show again, there is a coherent energy that becomes available when we connect with you and the guides come in, and it's feeling ourselves through the emanation of the light that is a reflection for us to remember, that comes in through the guides, that comes in whoever
Yeah,
specifically happens to show up for us, which is of such great benevolence.
yeah,
uh and so the reminder, yes, and to show you who you are, but for us to feel that as well. And that's why, again, the
yeah.
overflow of tears sometimes that can come in by connecting with this light can be profound and so healing and so expansive simultaneously. Would you mind if we start going into some Q&A right now?
No, lovely.
All
Yes.
right, let's start. Andrea, let's go with you. Welcome to the call.
Hi, John. Hi,
Welcome.
Fiona.
Hello, lovely to meet you.
Well, I'm one of the many that had session first round months ago, right?
Oh, did you have your glasses on in the session?
I was crying a lot, so maybe not.
Ah, yeah. No, I think you didn't have your glasses on. You were crying. Marvelous. Oh, you had a really good session then.
Yeah, and I've used the recording as you suggested, said come back any and all times. And so today I really want to be on live with you, if it was possible. Yeah, yeah. To get in that plasma as I reference it, like how strong it is. And so my question is I'm feeling a little blocked from my own healing, which is normally not like that for me. I was in a head-on collision late May, and then a week later came to Mexico, which was where I still am. And I keep commuting in the way. You remember? Yeah.
Yes.
So that's why I'm here. It's like where I'm having a blind spot, a little. I think because I'm in the world of like insurance is helping me recoup some stuff, and it's very weird. Like it seems like when I'm not in that world, like so much more is available, but I'm like trying to do a lot of body work and all this, and sometimes it's worse.
Let's see what comes through from Fiona. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she's gone. Oh, there you are. Um, this is so powerful. You see the angel that's behind me? Can you see that?
Yeah.
That's you.
Hmm.
That's how I see you. That's how they are coming through and showing you to me. And that's also how I see you. See, okay, so there, a few years ago, I saw a crystal online, and it was called an Andara crystal. And I started to vibrate, and I so wanted to put it in my mouth. But I was in Portugal. It was actually in Hawaii. And so I couldn't actually physically. So I encapsulated myself in the crystal. And during the night, I got woken up, and I was vibrating like this on the bed. And I went, oh, what's this? And started to speak to them. And they said, well, are you ready? We're going to show you. And I went, oh, okay, just show me a little tiny bit and I'll tell you whether I want any more. So I just kind of held and I went like, and then I went, oh, and I went, okay, all right. Okay, I've kind of got the essence of what's going to happen. And then I went, go on then, go. And I vibrated so fast that my body went pure white and I went translucent. And I could see inside my body, I could see my bones, I could see everything working. Everything was brilliant white light. and then it stopped. I won't go into the whole story of it, but they were showing me the truth of who I am, which is the truth of who you are. And they're pointing to that crystal, and they're saying, use that crystal if you wish, or a crystal of your own liking, or anything that lights you up, lights up your heart. Embody yourself, encapsulate yourself in it, and walk around with such pride in the confidence that you have about yourself. You're not broken. See yourself whole and complete. They're saying this so strongly. Everything happens to us for a reason. And I'm sure you have had the realizations of why this car incident, because there are no accidents, this car incident happened, and the learnings from that. They are saying you are truly magnificent. Gosh, it's so strong. When it comes through so strong, my throat, I'm like, you have to pull back a bit because my throat gets so. The more you allow yourself to walk like that angelic, crystalline, beautiful being, the more you will believe it, the more you will feel it, and the more you will become it, and your body will be whole, complete, and you will be in a different energetic, the word they're using is realm, where this is the truth of, you'll go into where the truth of where you are, the truth of you, not what you're believing is the truth of you at the moment, because it's not the truth of you. And if you've specifically gone to Mexico for healing, if you like, they're saying move, don't stay there, change your location, go back and go to Hawaii. Beautiful, phenomenal energies in Hawaii, and start and dance and play and be in the ocean, and don't stay in the energetics of where you have created a world where you think you need to heal. Get out of that energy, break this cycle, stop this cycle, and empower yourself. You are so powerful. And oh my God, the energy, the feeling, and how I can see you is so. I think I said this on the last call, our vocabulary, we're going into such beautiful high frequencies that our vocabulary just can't do us justice. Mm-hmm. That's why whenever you have these profound experiences, say when Michael came and Jesus came, I've had other experiences, it's all telepathic, because the words just, they're too low frequency, but our minds still want to have words. But oh my dear, you are truly magnificent.
Thank you, Fiona. Blessings, Andrea. It's good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So
And
beautiful.
sign up for another session again. We're getting into a special offer in a little bit. And y'all click on the link for the special offer. It's underneath the video where you're watching from. We're gonna get into it in a second. Something that I wanted to reflect back, Andrea, and I'd love Fiona, whatever guidance happens to come through. It's again, I've been feeling very much in the mundane as well. I'm typically so connected, but I've been more and more guided to be more grounded with it, if you will. And like the day-to-day is a life that we have here and dealing with, not dealing, having the privilege of doing paperwork, of making phone calls, of taking care of ourselves in different ways. But it's not the here that I'm so used to resonating from. And if you're listening and not watching, it's my arms up high in that. I'll call it the heavenly realm for lack of a better word right now, because of I know what my heart does when I'm in that place. Fiona, if the guides have anything to offer about why the matriculation into this more grounded place and how perhaps we're acclimating or assimilating into a different way of connecting with that benevolence, and how can we best move forward in that?
Well, one of the things that they have said for quite some time now, a year and a half so, or something like that, is that they ask for you not to ground. They ask for you to be in the frequency that you choose to be in. For them, it's your unique frequency, and allow your body to acclimate and acclimatize to, they're using the word transform into the totality of the truth of who you are. And then what happens with quite a few clients is they'll go into what we call this area is like a no man's land, where they've shifted from their previous life, if you like, previous self, and they haven't yet filled up with the totality of the light. It's still being absorbed and acclimatizing. And so they're in this kind of a limbo, and they're saying, I don't know who I am. I can't make any decisions. They do say I'm numb. And what the angelic realm have always said is allow yourself to fill yourself up with the totality of you. So when you feel your frequency and you can see that light within you, which is this portal, this sacred technology, is connected to the vastness of you. It's an unlimited source of power, of purity, totally untainted. And if you go right into your very core, for me, they showed me a long time ago, I've got this rod of light, and they've shown me that everybody has this, the rod of light. And from the heart chakra, from this technology, this portal here, you can really amplify this, really, really amplify. And I literally amplify my rod, but it's an luminous, energetic rod. And then you can, when you're just beginning, so when you've had this session and you've gone into the sacred practice of connecting to true divine frequency of you, you absolutely know your uniqueness, which is why this is called You Are Irreplaceable, the Irreplaceable You. You start to allow this light to seep into every part of you. And the more you do this, the stronger you start to feel physically, because what you're doing is you're actually filling yourself back up to the truth of who you were when you first came in as a newborn. every newborn child knows exactly who they are, how bright they are. And what you're doing is you're filling your cells back up to the totality of you, and you do become empowered, but you become so confident because you know who you are, and it's so strong. So the more you allow yourself to fill up, you then go, oh yeah, I've come back. Oh yeah, I know who I am now. I had a client, I still have she's still my client. And in her first session, took her through this practice. And a couple of weeks later, she had her second session. And I said, okay, how are you doing? And she said, oh, marvelous, absolutely marvelous. I have been disconnected from myself for 9 years. And I said, oh, how do you know? She goes, I know the time, the place, who I was with. I know exactly when it happened. And I felt so disconnected, got disconnected, and done various different practices in these 9 years. She has a spiritual practice herself. And she said, and we didn't know this. She hadn't disclosed this in the first session. And she said, and now I feel I'm back again. I'm whole, I'm complete. And that's what happened. So she was in the no man's land, if you like, for 9 years. When you fill yourself up back to the totality of you, everything starts to come online. And you start to really feel yourself, and you come out of the numbness, and you just want to shine. And for me, it makes me laugh.
Well, I love that you're sharing what you're sharing. It seems like you're doing a personal reading for me and in this phase of expansion that I certainly know that I'm in, but I have gone through the phases of numbness, of feeling not connected, of trying to find what's sparking an enthusiasm or joy and glimpsing it from time to time, but knowing that I'm swirling in something that's still being created and being patient and loving with it while still trying to make sense of it with my mind, right? How many of y'all can relate to that? Uh,
Yeah.
so it's quite beautiful what's being offered here. And you went right into the special offer. So Andrew, first of all, thank you for bringing in the conversation, and of course the kudos for Fiona and what comes through. Uh, but y'all, let's go into the special offer because Fiona started talking about it, talking about the irreplaceable you. And I'll just give a quick overview. This is like one of the most generous offers that we've had on BTO also, with the 30 minutes one-on-one with Fiona, and then a workshop, and then more ways to connect with her community. And Fiona, would you review what you put together here for everybody so that people can have an opportunity to really feel um,
Yeah.
what the experience may be?
Yeah. So a 30-minute session with us, and whoever else might come through. And it could be a loved one. Recently had a client, and she's married, but her previous husband came through. And although they had got divorced, there was a tremendous love between them. And we reunited them together on the call. It was very profound.
That was me.
So,
That was me.
was it you?
Oh,
Yes.
funny. There
Oh,
you go.
Wow. Yes, that was me. Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
Let's continue here. Yeah.
yeah, profound. That also, people who have had a miscarriage, the child will ask to come through, and it's very, very moving, and have time with the mother.
Mm.
soul to soul, because it's not really a child, but very, very knowing, wise being. Just like when I saw myself at 4 years old, my gosh, she knew everything. She was a powerhouse, and she like looked at me, and I'm looking at her, and I'm like, well, she knows all about this. It just, over time gets tainted and dulled. And sorry, what was the question again? Because I've gone into little me.
We're going into the special offer and the
Oh,
replacement
yes, that was
you.
it. Sorry. Yeah. I'm just asking her to just move back. So, yes, a 30-minute session with us, and anyone can come through. They might well want to take you through the sacred practice for you to really feel the true frequency of you, so that when we're not together, you really start to embody and come into the whole power and truth and magnificence of who you are. So, as John can testify, who knows what's going to come through?
It's always been extremely loving and expansive. So yeah, I can
Yeah,
testify to that.
yeah, beautiful. And you may have a few tears, which is wonderful, because that means that you're really truly feeling the frequency of you. And then I'm holding a workshop on the 2nd, I think it's the 2nd or the 3rd of August, Saturday, to also take people through this process. But it's more like this, want to answer as many questions as possible, and allow people to have access to all of this information. And as I am speaking, I'm always qualifying. That's why sometimes I slow down, because I'm communicating with them and wanting to know exactly how they want me to word things, because how I speak and what I'm emanating is coming from me, but it is also coming from them. And it might be, so I have Yeshua here, and above Yeshua is Joseph. And Joseph, as yet, has never spoken actually directly to me. He speaks through Jesus, Yeshua, and Yeshua channels him. And then I have Mother Mary. When they come through, they're coming through now, and the angelic realm. It's like we said before, that the words are so limited, but our minds are still wanting them. But really, you're receiving. Your soul, every cell in your body is receiving, to allow yourself to acclimate to the re-remembering. That's what they're saying, the re-remembering of who you are. And there's all of these beautiful, gorgeous people who you have on your show, and Sarah Landon, who channels, and other phenomenal people. Everything that they're doing is actually, it's the frequency, really. Even if you didn't have the sound on and you just sat there and said, yes, I receive the profound love that's coming from each and every one of us, and absolutely say, yes, I receive. And I go, oh yes, I'll receive. Oh yes, please, I'm receiving. Yep, give me more.
So this is part what's going to be on the special offer. It's a transmission. So
Yes. And the other thing is 2 months free to join the online gathering that I have every Monday, and you get 2 months of the previous 2 months recordings. So in total, you get 4 months. And the online gathering was created actually since the coming on the show in January, where so many people were saying, well, where do I go now? I wish to continue this. And so the angelic realm and Yeshua wanted to call it a gathering, because where many people gather, the energetics is so amplified, and it doesn't have any kind of container feeling to it. It's very malleable. And everybody that's joined is so full of heart, so loving. And there's been miraculous transformations. Those people joining that call, and every week you've got access to Q&A with us. I absolutely love it when people share and when people ask questions, because I've been in groups and you're wanting to say something, but everybody's muted, and it's like you're muted. And I'm like, oh, unmute yourselves and just talk. You know, we're in this, let's get the energy going, let's move and speak and exchange. And it's so empowering, and it's such a friendship, and it's such a support. It's one of my greatest joys, actually, that
There's definitely some comments in the chat box about that as well, of people who are really benefiting from that and just really enjoy being in that field. So that's really wonderful.
yeah, it's beautiful. So that's the offer.
Yeah, so again, a recap and the special offer, y'all. It's $127 first of all. So I have to tell you the price because it's ridiculously just so accessible. 30 minutes with Fiona and going into the angelic realm, the guides, the disciples, whoever comes in. It could be a loved one, like Fiona clarified. A 90-minute live Zoom with Q&A with Fiona and the angelic realm. That's taking place Saturday, the 2nd of August at 9 a.m. Pacific time zone, 12 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. UK time. And there's a replay that's available after that in case you miss it. And then there's these weekly Zoom online gatherings, 2 months of free live calls. Well, free. They're part of the special offer, but they're added as a bonus. Just, just the private reading by itself is worth way more than the special offer price. But to be able to drop in and to be in this place that allows us to hold the vibrational state on a continuous basis of what Fiona is bringing in for us is quite special. And I love that we get to call it a special offer. So it's there for you, available to you as a beloved member of Beyond the Ordinary, part of our community. And I hope that you all take advantage of it because, again, the sessions are absolutely incredible. And thank you, Fiona, for putting this together. Fiona, I'd like to get into some more Q&A. We had so many people with their hands up that were coming through. And so I want to honor the promise of what was coming through there. And before I do that, I want to read this that came in from Deborah. So Deborah wrote, and I'm going to skip some of it. Thank you for introducing me to Fiona. She's talking to me, by the way. I had my one-on-one Fiona after last call, and she is continuing along with her angelics to move me out of stuckness and beginning to see my value in the powerful being that I am. I'm sure that I have not ever in my life met anyone who has called me forth in pure love, in purity and genuine way that Fiona is doing. Deep gratitude and love to you both and all the angelics ever present with Fiona. So I wanted to share that for you to receive, Fiona, and for other people to
Thank you.
maybe have a confirmation of what you're feeling on this call for you today from someone that went deeper and had a direct experience as well. So Deborah, thank you so much for writing that. And with that, Fiona, I want to go to Tatiana on the live call. Tatiana, if you can please unmute your microphone and welcome.
Yes. Hello, Fiona. Hello, John. Hello, everyone.
Hello. Lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you too. I want to say thank you for reminding me to find my own light rather than look somewhere else all the time, because being in the past, I was brought up being not good enough all the time, and then you just forget how much love and light you have in your heart. So it is just going into past. I don't want to live in the past. My question is, I think I've written it down. What does it mean to be a yellow rose of Mary Magdalene? And what is my past as a yellow rose of Mary Magdalene?
Well, if you are connected, and I'm very connected to the Magdalenes,
Mm.
and you're part of the sisterhood of the rose, what does the yellow rose mean to you?
Well, I like yellow. So I like yellow in general. Not that I always liked roses, you know. I like all the flowers because I just love the nature. But
Mm.
now, as I was told that I'm a yellow rose, I started buying yellow rose for myself, you know. But before, I always thought of yellow as a color of intellect, but I never thought about yellow connected to spirituality somehow. So I don't know even what it means for me. Yet to discover it.
Do you want to have it as yellow?
I would probably prefer pink
There's your answer.
as a color of love, you know, unconditional love, I would say.
So, can you? I know you're holding your phone, but can you just, yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful, close your eyes. So you are telepathic. You already were doing it. See, you're already telepathic there. And breathe into this beautiful, divine portal of you. Just gently, effortlessly, just relaxing your body. The more you relax, the more you will feel yourself, the more you will hear our words, and the more you will feel the frequency. Everyone on the call can do this. Just feel the true breath of you and take your awareness to this beautiful portal, this technology. And in this area, see your rose. And as you do, we see that you're smiling. The more you smile when you're connecting here, the more it amplifies, because our smile is also another one of our greatest technology. What do you feel? How do you feel?
I feel happier.
There we go. You're extremely powerful. You are the creator of your reality. And we do, and I've done it as well. You may now just open your eyes, but feel this divine love for yourself. That we will take what anybody, wherever it's come from, telling us that, and we take it as gospel, as maybe, you know, from the Bible, or somebody's told us this. If it doesn't actually particularly resonate with you, choose what does resonate with you, because you're the one who's in control of your life. You're the one who's in control of your frequency. And if it's a pink rose, that's the truth of you. As soon as you focused on the pink rose in this area, your smile, your face lit up. You're
Yes.
allowing more light. So your heart, your soul, you are showing yourself that it's a pink rose that you wish. Anything that elevates your frequency and makes you smile as broadly as you are is true for you. So congratulate yourself on feeling the truth of who you are. So beautiful.
Thank you so much. It is
Beautiful,
beautiful.
Tatiana.
Thank you,
Bless.
Fiona. Thank you, John, for taking my questions. Thank you.
Absolutely, you're welcome.
Appreciate it.
I
And,
love
and
your
this,
wow.
and this is actually taking me, I'm going to share a testimonial here, based on one of my last sessions with Fiona. But do you remember going into the Magdalene initiation in the castle in France with me?
Do I remember?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, it was profound. And I had been leading up to it as an awareness of an energetic that was already coming through, and the Magdalenes, and feeling so connected and tied to it, and the Templars as well that were coming in. And Fiona just went right in, and we both went into an activation and initiation, and it's that stuck with me. Well, it shifted me forever, but that the specific energy of that stuck with me for weeks as that was unfolding and what was coming through. But it was so powerful.
Yeah. And for me, it opened up an even deeper love,
Hmm.
and you're part of that deep love. It's it's like we were on a journey together, and it was,
Oh yeah.
and that will never leave me, never leave
Oh,
me.
we were both shown so much about each other and ourselves. It was
Beautiful.
incredible, y'all. And those are the type of experiences that show up with Fiona. Someone else is writing that they're in your bonus group, and the bonus of offer price of 2 months to Fiona's group plus the 2 months previous is beyond anything. So again, they're talking about the special offer, the opportunity to work with you and to work with the angelics in this particular way, and what an amazing energy exchange it is in generosity. So that's wonderful. All right, y'all, we're going to be running a little bit long today because I want to take some more calls. I hope it's not too much, Fiona, but it's
No,
I want
I'm loving it.
to go now to
Can't believe the time.
Dorothy. Let's go to you. Welcome to the call.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Just sitting in the call in the presence of you two is just brightening my day. It's really shifting me from a much different perspective than I've kind of been living my life. So I feel like in just being in this energy, it's kind of answered my question. So thank you for the amazingness that both of you are.
Uh,
I guess my question is in relation to me feeling a little stagnant in my life, feeling a little stuck, living a little bit in the past. And I find it hard to really dive deep into these beautiful realms. It's hard for me to do it myself. And I guess the question is, like, as I'm talking my way through, I kind of know the answer, but
Yeah, of course you do.
how do I maintain this in everyday, in the mundane life? How do I push through the stagnation, the programs, the past that's keeping me stuck behind?
So what the angelic realm is saying is, can you bring to mind an experience where you felt light, happy, joyful?
I can, and oftentimes I'm able to hold on to that, but it's always a fleeting moment.
Just for a moment. So
Okay.
allow yourself to be in it without then letting the monkey mind come in
Mm.
and take you out of it.
mm,
You don't even need to close your eyes. One of the things that I teach or prefer to say share, is that when you really start to connect to the truth of you, you can drive a car, you can walk around your room, you can have a phone call. You haven't got to close your eyes and be somewhere, but anyway, allow yourself to remember, see, feel that time where you feel joyful and happy. Allow yourself to go into that energy and allow that energy to come into this area, into your heart chakra, which is on your sternum, on your breastbone, in between your cleavage. And allow that energy, that experience, that visual into this area.
It's hard for me to do this right now. I feel like
Okay.
I just want to cry this off.
Please
Oh,
do.
please
Please
do.
do.
We love
Yeah.
it when people cry.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I'm trying to bypass the crying. I'm like, I want to go
Oh,
right now. I want to follow these instructions. Like, just gotta let it pass. All right.
no.
Mm.
Allow the energies to flow, because when we stop them, and I used to not allow myself to cry because I thought it would be weak. I was having a build-up of such tension inside of me. And your soul, this vast, grand aspect of you, is saying, allow yourself to flow. Please allow yourself to flow. The more you allow yourself to flow, the more you will receive, the more you will become, the more you will be able to see, and the more you will be able to absolutely know where you want to go and the direction that you want to be in, because you're not holding yourself and stopping anything. You're so beautiful. Your energy is so I wish my vocabulary was stronger and more vast, that I could explain to you how I see you and feel you. Allow yourself to have these tears. Allow this energy to flow and become unstuck, if you want to use that word. What the angelic realm is saying is the dam will break free, and you may find that you're going to have a lot more tears. Do allow them. Go into the energy of that joy, of that happiness. Take that into your heart. If that is a trigger for you to make you cry, allow that to do that. Because when you release, allow that energy to flow, you honestly will feel like a different person.
Thank you. Thank you.
Beautiful, Dorothy.
Oh.
Dorothy, I have a recommendation for you.
Mm-hmm.
Come back and listen to the replay.
Mm-hmm.
Come back and listen to the replay, and I'll give you a little lever perhaps that might help you as a consideration. I do it also. I can speak from experience. A lot of times when I'm trying to figure out the how, it's like it stagnates what wants to come through. And when I really focus on my why do I want to get unstuck? Why do I want to get out of numbness? Why is it that I want myself to be in an expanded state? When I get into truly my why, and we can go to the root of it. My why is that I want to love and be loved. I want to shine. I want to be happy. I want to be free. Get into your whys. So Fiona taking you into those happy spaces because I want to be happy. Did you notice when you started getting into it, we started getting into the how again? And again, I can notice it from a mile away because I do it. Right? But then again, come back and to the replay. Open up with your why. Open up with your why.
When your monkey mind starts to instantly stop you because it thinks that you're going to make yourself unsafe, possibly, it's better to stay as you are because you know what it is, you know what it feels like. Just go, stop. And for myself, I literally can get hold of the energy and I go, stop. And I've coupled the connection with my heart to the word emanate. So I go, stop, emanate. When I say the word emanate, it literally tickles all the way up here, all the way up here. And I am elevate. It's elevate. You know, I should be saying elevate because that's what's happening. I've taken control, if you wish, I was an animal behaviourist for 16 years, and I saw the patterns, the continual behavioural patterns that people were getting themselves into. And then I could see how you can really quite quickly override them and unravel them just by going, no, I'm not having that. I'm not having that story anymore. No, you're so powerful. You can do that.
Wonderful.
Thank
Dorothy,
you.
blessings. You're awesome. Come back to the call again, and thank you for coming on.
Thank you again. I've already signed up for the offer. I'm looking forward to
Amazing.
exploring more.
Oh, looking forward to that.
Thank you.
I can't wait. I need to get on the calendar. Y'all going to take my sessions. Um, I'll get there in a second. All right, let's take another caller. Angela, welcome to the call.
Hi.
Hello.
Angela, what's your question for Fiona?
So my question just I want to see if you can channel any information about my fertility, if I'm going to be getting pregnant. I don't know if I have like blocks, like energetically, or
So have you been trying to become pregnant and not been able to be successful at it? Is that what? Okay. But what the angelic realm are saying is, if you can, I don't know if you're able to do this, but this is what they're asking, is for you and your partner to go in and scan your body. Can you scan your body, go internally and scan your body for any areas where you feel tightness and resistance? Because they're saying this is so beautiful. The level of frequency of the child, and they're using the word bestow onto you, requires you to be in unlimited flow. And if there's any areas that you're still holding yourself, because you've still got the word they're using is an angst, you're still angst about something, you're not enabling yourself to be able to get that frequency of flow that this being, this beautiful soul, you've got to be of the right frequency match, is what they're saying, for this being to come in.
so how would I do that? Like meditation or?
Can you go internally and feel? Are you able to do that? Not necessarily now, because
I have a recommendation. And I want to share this because it was coming in very strongly. And so I can't hold back. When Fiona started sharing, she confirmed what I was feeling, that there's this contraction. There's like prove it to me or something. And there's just something in the energetic that what I heard, open your heart, open your heart, open your heart. I would highly recommend a session with Fiona to put you in a vibrational state that you can recognize that openness more. And it's like dripping water on the ice until it finally cracks. And so if you don't know how to do it, the guidance that's available through the group calls, through the membership, participate in that, but more specifically through the one-on-one session, I think that can be like something that just chips at the ice. Not that you're doing anything wrong. It's just and you're not. You're creating a beautiful, fertile space for the soul to come in. And it's just not thawed out yet. But what the soul is giving you is the opportunity to know more of yourself, more of your heart, to know love in a greater way than you have before. And so surrendering into knowing your own love, feeling that open in your heart, regardless of condition, regardless of an expectation that this being has to show up for me to be loved or to express love, or my spouse has to be a certain way for me to be safe or feel free to express love. This is between you and the divine, and everything will fractal out from that. So knowing how to get there was such a perfect question that you asked, how do I get there? And it may not be Fiona if it doesn't resonate, but find somewhere that allows for, again, that sheath to start cracking open even more, because there's a lot that's available for you, and it's just waiting. It's waiting.
Thank you.
Fiona, do you want to add to that?
No, it's absolutely perfect. Everything that you said, and it's like, yes, yeah.
It came in so strongly. So blessings.
The beautiful soul that's wanting to come in, is very high vibration. You're going to have an awesome, awesome relationship. And this beautiful soul is going to teach you so much. And your vessel, they're saying clean water, clean diet, clean thoughts. They said very strongly then, clean thoughts. There's such an excitement about it, such an excitement about it. So get excited about it. See yourself as already pregnant.
Beautiful. Blessings to you, Angela. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. Fiona, can we take one more caller? I know we're going over, and I know it's late in the UK, but we're going to take another caller. And before we do that, y'all, the link for the special offer right underneath the video, where you're watching a call on the replay as well, right underneath special offer button. If you're watching the replay on YouTube, directly on YouTube, you can find the link for the special offer in the chat box in the comments section. And you can always find the special offers at beyondtheordinaryshow.com/marketplace. And I want to call on all of y'all. I'm such. And there's so much that's being received here as well. So I trust the proxies that everybody has been as far as the live callers as well. And Susan, I'm guided to call on you now. Welcome to the call.
Is it this Susan? Me?
It is, yes.
Oh, hi. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I've just been experiencing so much joy from this. Hi, Fiona.
Hi.
Hi there. And really I like to call on the angelic realm. I feel very close to them. And there's been one being that's been visiting me. It's a male and he has blonde hair. He's very, I think, angelic, and comes in to offer me support, I think, and comfort. And he seems to be coming in a little bit stronger and stronger. And I was wondering, Archangel Gabriel, I'm not sure. So I wanted to ask you about that.
Mm-hmm. How does he make you
so
feel?
Much joy. Sometimes when I feel, let's say, alone or bereft in some way, I'm usually fairly happy, but it's like a comfort, comes into comfort. And he also is kind of sprightly. There's an energy of play and fun too, which I think I haven't been having very much of lately. So it's that. So yeah, and I just want to thank you for this beautiful energy today. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Well, this is the first time this has happened, but it's Michael.
Oh, it's Michael. I love Mikhail. Oh, yes, yes. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Oh, good. Oh, good.
And can I just say
I call on him every day. Yeah.
Oh, voila. No wonder he's turning up. You call on him every day. What they're saying is, and they said this only recently, is that they don't wish to be called archangels anymore. They just want to be called Michael, John, whoever, because they're our friends. And they're really wanting us to come away from any kind of hierarchy. That's why I call him Michael, I call him Mikhail. Yeah, but if you've been calling on him every day, it's hardly surprising.
Yes.
See how powerful you are.
Do you have any suggestions? Do you have any suggestions how Susan can communicate more and have more presence with Michael as he's coming in?
Yes.
Well, what's happened now is that now Susan has a belief on who it is. And in that belief will make for her the stronger communication. And what you can do, and what Michael is saying is, call him in and allow him to come behind you. So he's showing me this now. And allow him to just wrap his arms as if he's got his arms around you. You're in front of him. And he's just, there's no separation between him and you, but he's not gone into your body, but you just feel so held. And do this as a regular practice. When you call him in, allow that feeling to and you go, oh, here I am. Always doing it. God, it's making me very hot. And your communication will become absolutely seamless because your body is recognizing the frequency, and it's a true divine frequency that you came in with. And so I'm just speaking. So there's many, all of us have all of the frequencies of all different divine beings, but some of us have more angelic frequency and are here to display and feel more of an angelic frequency. Like we can all cook, but we're not all meant to be chefs. The frequency emanation that's coming off you is truly divine. And you have a lot of angelic frequency. This is why Michael is really stepping forward for you to step forward into the truth of who you are and believe. And he's saying that by coming behind you and you feeling him so acutely, they're going back to what they always say is that feeling is believing. The more you are believing in the true divine angelic frequency that you hold, you will emanate more of that. You will receive more of that. You will emanate more of that and you'll receive more of that. Recognize where you are next week. Recognize where you are 2 weeks' time. Congratulate yourself. Recognize, the more you recognize who you are, the more of who you are you become.
That's beautiful. So beautiful. Oh, thank you. Oh.
Well, you're mirroring that beauty, Susan. So thank you for emanating for us.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes, and thank you for sharing. And by the way, it's over your left side. I see this big being just like right there. It's so obvious. Yeah. So beautiful to be able to receive that from you and you holding the frequency for that. So blessings to you.
Blessings to you. Oh, blessings to you. Oh, everyone.
Yes, to everyone. Fiona, oh my goodness, y'all. This has been, y'all, there's more available. The replay, we'll have it up in a little while. Come back to the replay and get back into this beautiful stream of consciousness that we're in. And of course, going deeper with Fiona, 30-minute session, a 90-minute call, 2 months worth of community access. The special offer is just rich in so many different ways. And I hope that y'all have the opportunity to go deeper with Fiona and the guides that are showing up for you. Fiona, it's always wonderful. The comments of everybody just feeling just the beautiful love to remind us what we have access to on a continuous basis and so unconditional. Just thank you for what you do. Thank you for how you show up. And I can't wait for my session. I'm looking forward to it.
It's interesting because just before the call, and I was doing my hair in the mirror in the bathroom, and I had this all-knowing energy came in, and it was actually the two of us, and you had said, oh yeah, I'm going to set this platform up and I'll be calling you on and then we're both going to emanate together, and it all happened like really, really quickly. And it was before we'd come into the human form, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's why he feels like my brother. I think on such a soul level.
Yeah. I can feel my heart like tickling right now. Also, that coming through. Again, thank you so much, Fiona, and for everybody on the call.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Angelic Realm.
You are what you seek, y'all. You are what you seek. If you're seeking love, you are that love. Emanate it out and allow it to come back to you. If you're seeking peace, you are that peace. Be that peace, and you'll feel the reflection of it. Don't forget who you are. You are what you seek. Allow yourself to express what you're seeking, and you'll find it returns back to you tenfold.
Yeah. And if you prefer pink roses, well,
be the pink rose.
A pink rose.
Exactly. We get to play in this and have fun with it. It's not here to be serious. It's the expansion, the smiles, the joy. that Fiona's bringing in through us through the Day Scholars also. That's where it's at, y'all. That's our future. That's our new earth. Bowing to each of one of you in namaste.
Mm.
You guys, I
Thank
look
you
forward to seeing you on
all.
the
Thank
next
you
call.
so much.
Fiona, I will see you soon.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Bye,
Thank you.
everybody.